We've got a special little conversation for you today because we have our newest black and white bistro barista, Peter McGovern. Now, many of you may know Peter from his work on VERO. Now you're going to see the face and the voice that goes behind those marvelous photographs. Peter, welcome to the Black and White Bistro. We're so glad you could join us today.
Thanks, Dave. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Peter, black and white photography. In general, tell me about your earliest memories of photography and what got you excited about it.
Yeah, I was 10 years old, and my mom's friend had a dark room, and I didn't know what I was in for. I thought this sounds interesting. And I saw my first print appear magically in the developer tray, and I was hooked for life. Um, from there, I just started carrying a camera around. I brought a movie camera into my fourth grade class, filmed them all, still showed it to them a couple of years ago, and they all freaked out. It was really fun. I just, me and cameras, and my mom's boyfriend took pictures of everything, and so I emulated him. So from 10 years old, I was on.
Yeah, that's a great way to start. Oh, what first turned you on to black and white photography?
It was later when I was, about 25 and was in Antioch College, and I had quit smoking, and I bought myself a Canon FTB with a 50 millimeter prime, 1.2 lens, uh, and, started taking photos of everything. I loved it so much, I ended up becoming the photo editor for the school paper. I ended up becoming the darkroom manager, for the community, mixing the chemicals and maintaining the enlargers and setting up an archival photo system, because archival just seemed important to me. And from there, I've shot over 4 terabytes of photographs.
There's a world of subjects out there. Which are the particular types of photographic subjects that really resonate you the most for black and white?
It's interesting. I'm pretty genre neutral. And so it's not really the subject that interests me, it's how I feel about the photograph. How is this photograph making me feel? What is new about this photograph? How is this photograph changing the way I view the world? Those are the important things to me. And what's the technical mastery here? You know, is the exposure right? Is it sharp? Is it in focus? Is it composed well? Are the tones matching up? And then it all synergistically has to blend into something that just resonates with my heart.
When you're looking at photos and photography, what's the thing that matters the least to you?
That it's pretty. So many people are going for pretty, or like a sunset or a baby bunny or their pet cat. And I'm not saying that you can't take a photo of a baby bunny or a sunset or a pet cat that is artistically interesting to me, but it's not the prettiness or the cuteness that's affecting me. It's does the photograph have something unique about it that touches my heart?
Thinking about genres for a second. Now, I know you shoot both color and black and white. Which are the genres that drive you to take the image in black and white, and why?
Mostly most color photographs, and I'm sorry, I'm excluding the professional and the good color photographers. Most color photographs look like snapshots to me. And so you take the color out, and now you can see what's actually there in a different format. And it's the difference and seeing what's actually there that makes the difference. Colors remove the distraction and reveals the geometry, the light, the shadow, the tonality, even the emotion. A lot of times color blinds you with the colors of the emotion, leaving the raw dramatic emotion content of the photo unexamined.
It's interesting. Um, because of your approach to black and white, if you could tell our audience, if you could give them one pointer, if you're shooting black and white, what advice would you give them?
Look at every square inch of that photograph, especially the corners. Most people look at the subject and right where their focus was, but the whole photograph tells the story. There's a synergy that occurs between the corners and the center, and it's mostly missed. So that's something that really has resonated with me and has helped my photography. And just in looking at the corners, you're going to be looking more carefully at the photograph.
Whoa, I like that. Okay, give them one more piece of advice. That was a great one.
Different angles. The most obvious angle is probably not gonna be your end photograph. Go underneath the flower, go on top of the flower. See if you can get into the flower. Make it big, make it small, try different, s exposures, different focuses, different shutter speeds. Try as many different things as you can to get the shot that you is gonna resonate with you and your viewers.
Let's do the opposite thing one more time. What's the greatest caution you would give someone about shooting black and white photography?
To not let your first impression be your last impression.
Okay, talk to us a little bit about that. I like it.
Okay, so when I approach, let's say, a Queen Anne's lace, my first impression is usually, "This is a beautiful, intricate flower." Well, then I get into it, and suddenly there are patterns there I've never seen before in my life, and tones I've never seen before in my life that I didn't see when I first looked at it. And then I'll get underneath it, and the sun can coming down can create shadows in that same thing, and it looks completely different. And that might be the end photograph there. So that's what I mean by never let your first impression dictate. A lot of people will just take a shot and move on.
What was it about becoming a black and white bistro barista that excited you?
Well, it's your core mission of education and motivation and inspiration. Those are the things that are important to me in photography. And that is sorely lacking in a lot of what is happening in VERO today. And actually, I think your hub is the only place it really is. And so that really excited me that I could be a part of that.
The black and white bistro is not for everybody, but if you're a photographer and you're curious about black and white or already into shooting black and white, I wanted to create a place where you could come and be touched, get ideas, learn about fellow black and white photographers. And that just kind of started it off. And, today we keep ticking along. So hopefully we'll keep going as long as people enjoy it. All right. In what way specifically, Peter, are you looking to contribute to the black and white bistro as a barista?
Well, I bring some experience and I bring a curiosity and I love looking at photographs. I, education is probably the most important thing to me. And so when I learn, I share that. And so I'm excited about learning more about black and white photography, more about you, more about my teammates, and more about the photographers who tag us. So that's one of the things.
I think you nailed a really interesting point. You've been shooting for 60 years, yet are you still learning?
Man, am I. That's the thing I love about this craft is there is always more to learn. I will die so unlearned in photography. Yeah, and black and white and photography and black and white photography just offers endless, opportunities for learning.
Well said. Well said. All right. When you're going to consider a photograph to be a barista's best selection for black and white, what kind of characteristics about the photograph are you considering? What's the most important to you?
So, very important, but not the most important, is technical mastery, that the people know how to use their camera. I don't care what kind of a camera. Um, and their use of light, shadow, tone, geometry, patterns to tell a story, to tell something that's meaningful to them and communicate that meaning through a visual presentation to a viewer. And how successful are they at doing that? And I judge it by my own emotional reaction. Does this photograph touch my heart?
Last question for you. Sorry. One of the things that really has to resonate is, and you mentioned it perfectly. Our mission is to educate, to motivate, and to inspire people who are already black and white photographers or are curious about it and want to give it a shot, give it a try. But this is a place for people who want to learn and get stronger and improve and then contribute. Why do you think education, motivation, and inspiration is important, especially on Vero?
Yeah, and each one of them has its own place. So education, we covered a little already. And without motivation, you're not even gonna go out. So it's gonna get people out there, and it's gonna get people's minds opened, and it's gonna get people to experiment and to try new things and to want to learn. These all feed upon each other. You get educated, so that motivates you, and then the education helps you take a better photo, that inspires you, and now you wanna learn more, and so it's a feedback loop, a positive feedback loop that only results in better photography.
Well said. Well said. I'm going to give you the last word. What's
Well, I
one thing about black and white photography that you want to share with our community?
I think I wanted to talk a little bit more about how excited I am to be a part of this, uh, black and white resource center. Because when I feature a photograph, I'm learning from that photographer. That's what excites me the most. I'm learning their style. I'm learning how they looked at that scene. And I want them to feel appreciated, and I want them to feel that I understand the process that they went through and that I've learned something. That's one of the most prevalent reasons why I'm here.
I can't wait to see your first selections, Peter. On behalf of the whole barista team, Jace, Wayne, Mona, Scott, Yusi, and yours truly, thanks for joining us. Peter, welcome to the team. And everybody, get out there and shoot some black and white photography.